Yeah, we're live.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Friday, March 27th. This month is slowly but surely getting by. It'll be a new month soon, and hopefully sooner than later, then we will all return back to school. So today we're going to finish up with chapter 3 of Charlotte's Web. Last part we read is that Wilbur got loose. All the animals were telling him, "Go free, be free, be free." And then Wilbur, ran a little crazy, ran around. Mr. Zuckerman, Mrs. Zuckerman, the hired hand, the Cocker Spaniel, everyone's running around trying to capture him, and it's just like this chaotic scene, right? So some of you, I know we made some comments and, responded back, about your insight into the books. I really do appreciate. I'm still waiting for some pictures. I think some of you are going to draw some pictures of the scenery, the setting. I'm be really curious to see how that looks like. I really enjoy those photos. Also, thank you those. We have 25 subscribers for our Washington YouTube channel. Great job. Remember, the first 10 will get a pizza party. So keep it up. So we have 25. Hopefully by next week, my goal is to get 50 people to subscribe to it. Because I think there's a lot of cool resources. We did upload some new videos. I don't know if you can see, there's some Think Central how-to videos. Again, some cool science videos and all about Bobcats, right? So next week I might actually do some questions on all that Bobcats, right? Maybe the first question I might ask is, why do they call Bobcats Bobcats? I'll give you a hint, it has to do something with their tail. All right, so let's get started. Today it's gonna be a short read. And then we do have a little surprise for us. We're going to look outside and look for some insects and talk about their purpose. All right. So last time we read, this was a scene. We just talked about it, right? And you probably want to describe that scene. You would say it's chaotic, disruptive. Here's Wilbur running around. He was kind of confused. Here's all the animals telling him, go run, jump, swirl, go left, go right, go to the woods. And then I'm assuming that is maybe the hired hand, chasing Wilbur and trying to get him back into the barn, all right? So, let's go ahead and get... All right.
Wait, it went the other way.
Oh.
There we go.
All right, sorry, technical difficulties here. All right, you ready? Look out for Lurvy, called the cows. Look out for Miss Zuckerman, yelled the gander. Watch out for the dog, cried the sheep. Listen to me, screamed the goose. Poor Wilbur was dazed and frightened by this hullabaloo. He didn't like being the center of all this fuss. He tried to follow the instructions his friends were giving him, but he couldn't run downhill and uphill at the same time. And he couldn't turn and twist when he was jumping and dancing. And he was crying so hard he could barely see anything that was happening. After all, Wilbur was a very young pig, not much more than a baby really. He wished Fern were there to take him in his arms and comfort him. When he looked up and saw Mr. Zuckerman standing quite close to him, holding a pail of warm slops, he felt relieved. He lifted his nose and sniffed. The smell was delicious. Warm milk, potato skins, wheat medlings, Kellogg's cornflakes, and a pop over left from Mr. Zuckerman's breakfast. Come, pig, said Mr. Zuckerman, tapping the pail. Come, pig. Wilbur took a step toward the pail. No, said the goose. It's the old pail trick, Wilbur. Don't fall for it. He's trying to lure you back into captivity. He's appealing to your stomach, right? That's kind of funny. So there's some words that you may not be familiar with. The word lure, L-U-R-E. Lure just means that you're trying to get someone to do something that, like I always think of my dog when I'm trying to lure him or her. I'll get some basically leftovers and go, come on, dog, come on. I'm trying to lure them in, right? You guys might do that with, I don't know.
Hamsters.
A hamster? I don't know about a hamster, but why not? Maybe you can write some comments on things that you lure, right? And when we look outside, some plants that we grew, we actually grew plants to lure some insects, right? So we can talk about that. And he's appealing to your stomach. What does the word appealing mean? Appealing means, so if I sometimes the smell of coffee appeals to me. I'm like, yes, I will go to there, right? Appeal just means that you're trying to kind of lure to lure someone into doing something, right? It's appealing. Something's appealing, it's like, oh yeah, right. Sounds good, right? If I can say, Dr. Morales, would you want a brand new Porsche? That would be appealing to me. Like, yes, yeah, I would actually. All right. Wilbur didn't care. The food smelling appetizing. He took another step toward the pill. Pig, pig, said Mr. Zuckerman in a kind voice. So I guess he wouldn't say pig, pig. He'd say pig, pig, said Mr. Zuckerman in a kind voice, and began walking slowly toward the barnyard, looking all about him innocently, as if he didn't know that a little white pig was following along behind him. You'll be sorry, 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 called the goose. Wilbur didn't care. He kept walking toward the pale slops. You'll miss your freedom, honked the goose. An hour of freedom is worth a barrel of slops. Wilbur didn't care. When Mr. Zuckerman reached the pig pen, he climbed over the fence and poured the slops into the trough. When he pulled the loose board away from the fence so that there was a wide hole for Wilbur to walk through. Reconsider, reconsider, said the goose. Wilbur paid no attention. He stepped through the fence into his yard. He walked into the trough and took a long drink of slops, sucking in the milk hungrily and chewing the popover. It was good to be home again. While Wilbur ate, Lurvy fetched a hammer and some 8-penny nails and nailed the board in place. Then he and Mr. Zuckerman leaned lazily on the fence, and Mr. Zuckerman scratched Wilbur's back with a stick. He's quite a pig, said Lurvy. Yes, he'll make a good pig, said Mr. Zuckerman. Wilbur heard the words of praise. He felt the warm milk inside his stomach. He felt the pleasant rubbing of the stick along his itchy back. He felt peaceful and happy and sleepy. This has been a tiring afternoon. It was only about 4 o'clock, but Wilbur was ready for bed. I'm really too young to go out into the world alone, he thought as he lay down. Poor Wilbur, right? And that's the end of chapter 3. Right? He's really too young to go out into the world alone, he thought. Right? What do you think that means, right? He's just a little piglet, and he's too young to go out in the world, right? And then we talked about this in the beginning of when we started reading this. What I really like about Charlotte's Web, it has these really good things, right? It's about life, how it transitions, and and we'll kind of see Fern as she gets older as well, right? This is kind of what adults call it, kind of a coming of age. All right, so there goes chapter 3 for Charlotte's Web. It is Friday, but I do have a treat for you because I think next week we're talking a little bit more about science. So come with me. We're going to look at roly-polies in the garden. Don't look at my kitchen. I can wash the dishes. All right. All right. Say hi to the neighbors. All right, there you go. All right, kid. Camera person. All right. So this is a stump that we got. It was kind of left over. Somebody was cutting a tree. The camera person over here.
Okay.
But I wanted to show you the life. If you roll this over, these are called roly-polies, right? Their actual is called a pill. These are called pill bugs, right? And in order for their habitat is dark, moist places, right? And one of the cool things about these bugs is that they actually kind of curl up in a ball. That's how they got their name, roly-poly. But they serve as they have a really needed purpose, because what they do is they eat all the dead fungi, plants that die. They're decomposers. Decomposers means is that they eat all this stuff, and what they do is they make the soil nice and rich. So if I wanted to plant something here, where are you at, kid? The soil have a lot of nutrients in it. So I just thought that was a little something kind of cool. These are roly-polies, known as pill bugs, and they roll up. This is how they got their name. And they serve a really good purpose because they decompose a lot of the fungus and dead plants and stuff like that. And another fancy word is they irrigate the soil. That means they punch little holes in it. And basically what that does is, this is my cat, my little tiger cat. What that means is that they create, the soil gets a little bit more oxygen, okay? So I will see you guys on Tuesday. Miss Verduzco is going to read with you on Monday. So we'll start chapter 4 of Charlotte's Web. Kid, that's really a close angle there. So have a great weekend. We miss you. I'm really looking forward to May 5th, the day that we all get back, God willing. All right, with that being said, Monday is a holiday. It's Cesar Chavez Day. If you don't know anything about Cesar Chavez, I would really suggest that you research some of his accomplishments. Maybe we'll spend some time on Tuesday morning talking about Cesar Chavez. Other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, and hopefully for a good return on May 5th. Be safe, be respectful, and be responsible. All right, Bobcat Nation, it was fun. All right, I will see you on Tuesday.